Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at the Dayfarer Backpack from Dayfarer Designs. And this is a really sleek looking work/gym bag that I've been wanting to try out for a long time. I'd seen a lot of different videos on it and it always seemed to have some awesome features, a really great look, and more importantly, solid build quality. And so I reached out to the company to see if they had a review unit that I'd be able to test out, and they were kind enough to send one over. And so I've been using this as my day-to-day bag for the past couple of weeks, and overall I've been super impressed with all the different features that the bag has, the build quality, and how great it looks with a lot of the outfits that I typically wear to work. So I want to go ahead and thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out, and I'm just really excited to share this with you guys. So let's just go ahead and dive in and take a closer look at the Dayfarer Backpack from Dayfarer Designs. So starting out with the outside of the bag, the first thing that stood out to me was the overall aesthetic. This is a very sleek and professional looking bag. Definitely a bag that I would see myself wearing to work or to business meetings. If I was gonna wear a backpack with a suit, this is probably the bag that I would wear. I really like just the minimal, clean styling that it has. It definitely looks very professional. So just a great look overall. Reminds me a lot of the Peak Design Everyday Backpack, but I like the understated styling on this a little bit more. It doesn't stand out quite as much. It just fits a little bit better into a larger variety of environments in my opinion. As far as the capacity, it expands from about 18 to 22 liters, so a perfect size for daily use. It's gonna have plenty of space for all the essentials that I typically carry with me on my day-to-day, as well as leftover space for carrying an extra pair of clothes and shoes for the gym, or even for a quick trip. So I love the versatility offered by the expandability of this buckle that it has here, which we'll go into a little bit more detail later in the video. And so the bag looks very sleek while I'm wearing it. It doesn't stick out at all. It has a nice slim look. Even when it's expanded to the 22-liter capacity, it still doesn't look like a very big bag. So really like that. That makes it very easy to move around quickly through crowded spaces. And I just like how great the bag looks with some of the outfits that I typically wear. And then on top of the nice look, the bag is made out of a very durable feeling ballistic nylon material, very reminiscent of a lot of the bags from Air that we've had on the channel, and those have held up very well over the past year as I've been testing them out. And the bag also has really nice weather sealed zippers all around. So just offering a lot of weather resistance. It definitely feels like everything's gonna be protected even if you happen to get caught in some rain. So as far as the weight, the bag weighs 2.4 pounds, so not too bad, especially considering the durable materials that are used on the bag. And so continuing on with the outside, the first thing I'll call out is that the bag has a really nice water bottle compartment on the side. So as you can see, I have the same water bottle that I've used in all my other daily bag videos, and that fits in there comfortably. I really like when the water bottle compartments aren't expandable like this, so it has a nice meshy material so that you have something a little bit thicker. It's gonna fit in there comfortably, so if you have a tripod, that should fit in here well. And then I really love when bags have the ability to compress the water bottle compartment down, so it has a nice zipper that comes around and keeps it tight against the bag so that if you're not using it, it doesn't ruin the sleek exterior of the bag. So really nice implementation here. On the side and the top, the bag has some awesome carry handles. So the one on the side here has a really nice durable seatbelt-like material, very comfortable to hold. The bag looks great as you're carrying it like a briefcase, so adding a little bit of versatility. If you don't want to walk into a meeting wearing the bag on your back, you're going to be able to hold it, and because of the sleek styling that it has, it looks very good as you're holding it this way. Here on the handle, I've hooked on my Hero Clip carabiner, which I like to carry with me to make sure that I don't have to put this on the dirty ground. So really nice job with the handle here. At the top, it has another great carry handle, as I was mentioning. This is a nice big handle. I love how easy this is to reach down and grab. It reminds me a lot of the top handle on the Peak Design Everyday Backpack. Continuing along the outside of the bag, on the bottom, it has this very nice kind of tarpaulin feeling like materials. So if you place your bag down on wet ground, it definitely feels like your items are gonna be well insulated from the water. And then the company has added these little loops here that pair with some separately sold straps that you can use if you wanna be able to attach a yoga mat or a tripod or a sweater to the bottom of your bag. So those were not included with the bag, but it's nice that you have the ability to add those straps. For testing purposes, I just use these straps that I have from my Wandered Provoke, and those hook in here very easily, so you can use any sort of straps with this bag. So these straps from Wandered are very versatile. I've used these with a bunch of different bags. I particularly like how they actually lock in. A lot of the straps that these companies sell are more hooks, so they can kind of fall out easily, but these actually lock in very securely, and then I like that they actually open up clip style instead of just offering a loop, which gives you a lot of versatility in the different items that you can strap onto the bag. So even though these aren't from the same company, they pair well. I definitely recommend you guys check these out if you're looking for some versatile clips, but if you prefer to just stick with the ones sold by Dayfarer Designs, those are available on the site as well. So moving on to the straps and the back paneling, the bag has been super comfortable to wear. I really like how thick the padding on the straps is. On the inside, as you can see, it's a very soft material. And I like the slightly contoured shape that they have. I've always been a big fan of this shape as it fits my body type well. The straps have a good width, especially considering the size of the bag, because it doesn't get too big. I like that the straps are not too beefy, but they're not too thin. So it's nice that the straps haven't dug into my shoulders, but that they're also not overwhelming and help keep the sleek look of the bag. The bags have the ability to add a sternum strap, and that's not included with the bag, but you can purchase that separately on the Dayfarer Designs website. And then on the straps, a nice bonus is that they have this secret compartment here, which is really good for maybe accessing an ID or a transit card if you're somebody who uses the train or the bus and you have one of those cards that you can reach in and grab very quickly. This is going to add a lot of convenience here. So just a very simple, slim pocket. On the bottom of the bag, I like that these little loops have been included to help keep the straps from flopping around. So really nice little touches all around to help make sure that the bag keeps its clean aesthetic. And then moving on to the back paneling, the foam material used here is super comfortable. I like how elevated and soft it is. As you can see, there's a nice big air channel here to provide a good amount of airflow and help prevent moisture from building up on your back as you're wearing this throughout the day. And then a nice additional feature here on the back is that there's a nice suitcase pass through here, so that if you're traveling and you're using this in conjunction with a carry-on suitcase, you can rest this on top of the suitcase so that you don't have to wear the bag while you're walking around the airport. So really nice implementation here. Love how thick the sleeve is, so it's very easy to get it in and out of the suitcase. And then while we're on the back, another nice feature here is a secret compartment for more sensitive items that you might want to carry with you. So if you have some additional cash or maybe an ID or some credit cards, you can stick these in here. The compartment is pretty deep. As you can see, I can fit pretty much my whole hand in there. It's very slim, so I wouldn't try to put anything bulky, as with most of the compartments of this type that we've seen on the channel. I believe it should be able to fit your passport. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to fit my field notes in there completely, so just to give you an idea of the size, the field notes is just a little bit too big, but this is also a little bit larger than a passport. So I do believe your passport or some credit cards or cash would fit in there very comfortably. And so as this bag is considered to be a work/gym bag, it's nice to see a great shoe compartment included here. Just looking at it from the outside, you can see it has 2 holes to allow for ventilation if you do put your dirty shoes in there or some wet clothes. The compartment has a very well protected, nice zipper here. And I like how wide the compartment opens. That makes it very easy to get my shoes in and out. Plenty of space in there. As you can see, I currently have my Nike Free Runs, and as I've mentioned in prior videos, I'm an 11.5 shoe, and that fits in there comfortably. I wouldn't try to put anything much bigger than that. So if you have a 13 or a 14 size, it might be a bit of a tight fit, but 11 to 12, especially with shoes like these that aren't that bulky, should be okay. So really nice implementation here. I like that you can pull the compartment out so that if you want to let the lining air out or if you need to clean it or anything like that, very easy to get into. One thing to note, as with all of these shoe compartments, is that it does take up a fair amount of volume from the inner area. So I'll show that a little bit more clearly when we get into the main compartment, but just something to note. And so even though the bag has a sleek, minimalistic look, it's no slouch when it comes to organization. There's a nice amount of pockets hidden throughout the bag. So the first one I'll call out here is there's just a tall, quick access compartment here on the front. Very simple. It's on the slimmer side, so you're definitely not going to be able to put anything too bulky in there. So currently what I have is my full-size moleskin notebook, and that fits in there very comfortably. I would also see myself putting something like my Kindle or my tablet in here if I wanted to be able to get into it quickly. Dayfarer Designs also sells a really sleek, slim tech pouch that is meant specifically to fit into this compartment. So I wasn't able to test that out, but I did find that I was able to fit my BagSmart cable organizer into there very comfortably. So if you want to get something with a little bit more internal organization than the Dayfarer pouch, that might be a good option to take a look at. We've done a full walkthrough for this pouch in the past if you're curious to see what types of stuff this can hold. So just really like the addition of this compartment here. Very simple, there's no internal organization. So just a really great compartment to be able to reach down and get to quickly throughout your day. Continuing on with the organization that the bag offers, on the side it offers 2 quick access compartments which are very easy to get to. So the first one here on the bottom is just a simple compartment, a little bit slimmer, but larger than the one on the top. And so no internal organization here, just a very simple amount of space so that you can fit in a bulkier item. Currently what I have in here is just my sunglasses with their case. So it's a little bit of a tighter fit as the compartment is not too thick, but it still manages to hold these sunglasses well, which is one of the items that I want to be able to reach down and grab quickly throughout the day. This might also be a good spot for putting something like a power bank. So nice amount of space here. And then here at the top is another simple compartment, a little bit smaller than the bottom one, but still offers a good amount of space. On the inside of this compartment, there is a carabiner that attaches to a nice lanyard here. So this is a great implementation here. I love when bags have these type of clips, especially carabiners like this, which are very easy to get your keys on and off to throughout the day. And so I currently don't have my keys in here, but I have been putting them in there throughout the day when I've been going to work, and they fit very comfortably. Currently, all I have is just my Gerber dime multi-tool here with an S-clip attached that I use for my keys as well, just to showcase kind of the space and the functionality. But this has been a great spot for my keys. And so even with my keys and the multi-tool in there, there's still a little bit of leftover space. So very impressive considering how small the pockets look. So if I wanted to put something like a USB cable in there that I want to grab quickly throughout the day, that might be a good spot for it as well. And so the next thing I want to talk about here is the laptop compartment. And I love that it provides external access to the laptop area so that you don't have to open the roll top, so you can get to your laptop quickly. The zipper has a really nice water guard here to help keep your laptop protected as you're walking around throughout the day if you get caught in some rain. So you're able to open this very easily, and you can reach down and grab your laptop very quickly. So as you can see here, I have my 13-inch MacBook Pro. There's a little bit of leftover space here, so this should be able to fit up to a 15-inch laptop very comfortably. And so the inside of the compartment, as you'll see as we get into the rest of the bag, is a nice durable feeling ripstop nylon. It doesn't have any felt lining or anything to help prevent against scratching, but it's still very well padded, and most importantly, this compartment is elevated off the bottom of the ground, so if you place your laptop in a little bit harder, or if you drop your bag, it's going to be protected against any damage. And you can get a closer look at the inside of the compartment on its own. So nice amount of space. I like that it's a wider opening, so if you have a thicker device, it should be able to fit in there very comfortably. So really great job on the laptop compartment overall. And so moving on to the main area, one of the best things about this bag is the versatility it has and how you can access it and pack it. So it has both the abilities of a roll top and a bag that can lay flat. So first I'll talk about the Fidlock buckle that was used here. I really love when these buckles are used. We saw something similar with the Brevity Roamer that we looked at a little while back. So these buckles feel very durable, and I love how easy they are to access. You can access it with one hand very easily. Just slide it open, and you can just take a quick look inside the main compartment, grab whatever you need to, and then it's very easy to close. I love that they just snap closed with a magnet. You don't have to slide it or anything like that. So really great implementation here. And then I like that you can adjust the capacity to give yourself a little bit more space if you have extra stuff throughout the day. One thing that's always a concern with these top loading bags that are adjustable like this is that you want to make sure that the sides are tucked in correctly under the flap, so that if you do get caught in some sort of rain, if they're not tucked in under the flap, you do risk water getting into the main area. So just something to keep an eye on, especially if you do expand this out to use more of the capacity. You want to be very careful to keep this here. So that's usually the only downside that I see to bags of this style. But if you're careful and you tighten it up and make sure that the sides are under the flaps, you should be okay. And so even though I love the ability to just reach down and grab things quickly from the top, the nice thing about this bag is that it also opens up completely flat. So it has zippers on either side that are also very well protected against water. And once you put those down, you can open the bag flat for easy packing, and so that you can see everything that's on the inside of the main compartment. So before going into the main area, I'll start off with the flap, which has two additional organizational compartments that have a nice amount of volume, which is great to see because you can store thicker items. Here you can see with the items that I have in here, there's still a little bit of leftover volume. And so going through what I have in this compartment here, it's also nice that it's a mesh so that you can see what's on the inside. I have my UTech wireless charger for my phone. And then I also have just a spare lightning cable in case I don't want to use the wireless charger. Really like the volume offered in this compartment. As you can see, when it's empty, I can fit my whole hand in there very comfortably, and it comes out quite a bit. So great job there. And then on the bottom of the flap, there's another organizational compartment here. It doesn't seem to have quite as much volume as the top one, and it's also not mesh. So I wish they both would have been meshed just so that you could see what's in each compartment, but still a very useful area here. I didn't put that much in it. As you can see, about half the compartment hasn't been used. Currently what I have is just my BluePop portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank, and that fit in there very easily. And then moving into the main area, as you can see now that the bag is open flat, it's very easy to organize, and there's tons of space. Even with the items that I have in here, which included my shoes, I was able to fit plenty, and I still had leftover space because of the roll top opening. So just going through the items that I have here, I have my GoRuck wire dock, which has most of my dongles and smaller tech accessories. Then I also have my Beats Solo Wireless 2. And then I have my Able Carry stash pouch, which just houses some smaller accessories that I don't want floating around the bag. And then here, even though I already took the shoes out, you can see the shoe compartment and where it would kind of come up to with the size shoes that I had in it. So it takes up a fair amount of volume, but as you can see here near the top and on the sides, there's still plenty of space to organize your stuff. And one of the best things about the shoe area is that you can actually roll this up. And then on the bottom, there's a little Velcro loop that you can use to hold the shoe compartment in place when it's empty, so that you don't have the whole thing flopping around and just getting in the way as you're trying to use the bag without the shoe compartment. So really nice touch here. Haven't really seen that in other bags. And then now that that's put away, you can see that I have my textbook that I've been using for work. And then here at the back, there is just a simple sleeve to help keep some of the larger flat items separated. So currently what I have in here is my folder with my business papers and receipts. And then I also have my Levitate portable standing desk. So love all the separation and organization offered within the compartment. This sleeve comes up very comfortably. This would also be a good spot to maybe put some clothing. If you are going to the gym, you can put your clothing in here and you have your shoe compartment. It's also a nice bonus that the lining is so bright colored, which makes it very easy to see everything that's on the inside. So nice, simple compartment. I love when bags have these kind of big buckets that allow me to organize everything in the way that works best for me. And then now that it's empty, of course, you know that when I have a bag like this, I have to see if I can use it for a quick trip. So here I have my larger double-sided packing cube that you've seen in a lot of my travel bag videos. And then if I wanted, I could also add an additional pair of shoes. And then I can add something like my DOP kit with all my toiletries. This is my Air travel kit, which I've been testing out. I absolutely love this. Be on the lookout for an in-depth video of this in the future. And so even with all those items in there, there's still a little bit of leftover space. So I'll just go ahead and zip this up here. And so here you can see if I wanted to, I can maybe tuck a sweater in there or some additional accessories. And then I would just close this up, release the strap, make sure that everything is tucked away under the flap comfortably, tighten it up, and the bag is ready to go for at least a weekend trip. And if I'm being super minimal, I might be able to get away with a week. So awesome to see that the bag works not just for work and gym use, but also for a quick trip. And so to wrap up, I've been super impressed with the Dayfarer Backpack as I've been testing it out for the past couple of weeks. The bag has a super sleek look that looks great in a professional environment, lots of great organizational options, a super solid build quality, and lots of versatility from the expansion capabilities that the bag has. And so you can purchase this bag from the Dayfarer Designs website for about 149 euros, which at the time of filming is around 170 US dollars. And so at that price point, the bag is not cheap, but you are going to be investing in a very well-built, sleek bag that should hold up well for a long time. And so the first bag that this reminded me of was the Peak Design Everyday Backpack. I feel like they had a very similar look, especially with the ability to open from the top and the adjustability from the different buckles that the two bags offered. Both a really well-built bag, very stylish and sleek. To me personally, this felt like the version of the Peak Design Everyday Backpack that I would have wanted. As I tested that bag out, even though it was a great bag, it definitely felt like it was very geared specifically towards photographers, as I typically don't carry that much camera gear on my day-to-day. I felt that a lot of the features weren't that useful for me, and I felt like this bag managed to be a much more usable work/daily bag for me with the pocket layouts and some of the additional features like the shoe compartment and the ability to open flat. And I also like that it's a little bit cheaper than the Peak Design Everyday Backpack without sacrificing quality. So both are really great bags, and if you don't need to carry that much camera gear, I definitely recommend checking this bag out if you like the sleek look that that bag offers. Another bag that this reminded me a little bit of was the Brevity Roamer, which we looked at a few weeks back, especially because they both had the same kind of fidlock buckle here on the front, and they had that adjustability and the ability to open flat as well as being a top loader. And that was a really solid kind of all-around daily bag that had also a little bit more of a focus for use as a camera bag. It's not going to be quite as sleek looking as this, but it might be a good alternative if you're looking for a bag that's going to be a little bit lighter, or that's going to be a little bit more well suited for carrying some camera gear and maybe offer just the slightest bit more weather resistance. Some other bags that would compare well to this one would be a few options from Air. So this bag actually reminded me of both the Air Fit Pack 2 and the Air Duffel Pack 2. So depending on what your size needs are, but both are meant to be kind of daily/gym bags that are also very sleek looking, have a good amount of organization, they're comfortable to wear. And so the Air Fit Pack 2 is going to be a little bit cheaper than this one, coming in at around $135. It's going to offer a lot of comfort and a solid build quality, but it's not going to be able to hold quite as much as this bag, and the look isn't quite as sleek in my opinion. And then the Air Duffel Pack 2 is around the same price as this bag, and that's around $170. And that's going to be able to hold just a little bit more than this. It's a bigger bag. It has more of a duffel style look while still being a backpack. And if you're somebody who carries a lot of gym clothes and just needs a little bit of extra space, that might be a good option to take a look at. And then the last bag I'll mention here is the Targus Fitness Backpack, which was a surprisingly good and affordable daily/gym bag as well. That one doesn't have quite the same sleek look as this, and the material build quality isn't quite as high, but it does have some really great features, lots of pockets. And if you are somebody that's on a tighter budget, that bag's gonna be a lot more affordable, coming in at under $100. But with all that being said, the Dayfarer Backpack holds up very well against all those bags, and it offers a really sleek look, solid build quality, just the right amount of organization. And if you're looking for a very versatile work/gym bag, this one's gonna be tough to beat. So I want to go ahead and thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you guys found this video useful, please go ahead and give us a like below. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.